Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us for our first Smackdown brand exclusive pay-per-view, the second instalment of the WWE Deadly Games. No tournament this year. We obviously have a Universal Champion. He is of course Keith Lee. We will see a hopeful, praying, fantastic main event as we have four of our top superstars in the form of Keith Lee, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan and The Miz all competing for that Universal Championship in what should be a match I'm expecting to be about 45 minutes. Now, we've took a bit of feedback on from how our show went last time. Obviously that was the best show I've had in the save, so straight up the bat, money is in on a major band, a B-list celebrity and a special set. We are doing all we can to try and get that 100 rated show. If we quick look back at last year's Deadly Games, we'll just have a quick look at the main event. So obviously, we'd set up that main event of The Fiend and Matt Riddle for the Universal Championship. Of course, they two made the final. That was a vacant championship at the time. And it's mental to think that after WrestleMania, Matt Riddle's basically failed a drug test. He's went into rehab and he won't be available. 7 months it's saying, so you're practically talking he won't be available again until 2023, which was quite crazy, but he was on the Raw brand anyway, so it is changing up plans a little bit. SmackDown's, I would say, in a wee bit of transition period. I think a wee bit unbalanced in the face-heel divide, so there is going to be some people that will move alignment over the next couple of months. Obviously I can't do short turns, the shock turns are certainly over, so I need to build them up, but we've got quite a stacked mid-card division, and I feel it's up to me to try and utilise those best that I can. And yeah, obviously feed talents to the main event, but yeah, the main event's in a good position at this moment in time, so it's just basically preparing for maybe say a year, 6 months down the line. So we'll jump in it. As always, thanks for watching. If you want to get social, you know what to do. If you want to buy the game, etc., all the best places for the resources are in the description below. So we'll crack on. This is the 2022 Smackdown exclusive WWE Deadly Games. So we've managed to get an attendance over 47,000 in Franklin Field, so that's very good. And again, that really cheeky way we've gone about making sure we get a very good top angle, where we have Roman Reigns, The Miz, Keith Lee and Daniel Bryan all claiming at the start of the event, as the show has its opening package, of where, you know, how they're going to become Universal Champion, or in Keith Lee's case, remain Universal Champion. So I feel it's a good way to open the show. It's always going to get me half the way there. I just need a very strong main event. But these guys are all very, very over in terms of their promos. Their entertainment skill is high, their overness is good, so I expect obviously good things from them. As well, this is the first time that our new announced team for SmackDown is taking place, and that is featuring Matt Striker, John Bradshaw Layfield and Nigel McGuinness. So we're using the hype self-promotion angle here for 6 minutes to kind of get people hyped for tonight's show. Opening contest was about that had a decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, and we had Aleister Black defeat Eddie Edwards in 12:22 with a roundhouse kick, a 67. I feel with Eddie's age, he's someone that we've called up just to really put people over, have good matches and hopefully pass on a psychology stat. Despite giving him a US title reign, I don't really feel I've really pushed Aleister Black in this particular save, or in even in TEW2016. So we're hoping those kind of things can change in this particular save. But a win for him, and that gives him some momentum going forward. One man that we're really trying to push, and we've got a hype video for him here, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, is Bronson Reed, and that got a 66. He's done some big things since arriving on SmackDown after the Royal Rumble, and he took on King Corbin, who's taken a bit of an objection to, is that the word? Objection, that's what I'm looking for, I don't know where English went there, to Bronson Reed on the main roster. But yeah, Corbin's not happy, he's losing all the time, he's like the lowest of ice cold momentum you can get. I think his record must be like 1 in like 30. Proper Brandon Cutler or Peter Avalon stuff there. But a decent matchup. Bronson Reed wins in 10:03 with the Death Drop Driver. Big win on pay-per-view, keeps the momentum high, and a 70 rated segment for that. You can see there in the performance in ring, a 76. He's someone I've really got behind in TW so far. Moving along, we have some tag team action, and of course newly acquired wrestlers galore, apart from Finn Balor to Smackdown, Pete Dunne obviously coming up from NXT, and the former Raw Tag Team Champions, the Grizzled Young Veterans, over to Smackdown. And it was a decent matchup here as Balor and Dunne, who have had this kind of loose alliance the last couple of weeks, defeat the Grizzled Young Veterans in 13:47 when Finn Balor pins Zack Gibson with the Brainbuster. A 69, 4 good performances there, and I'm kind of just hoping that we can kind of get Pete Dunne to Finn Balor's level, because maybe down the line that could be a very good feud to look to. Moving along, Johnny Gargano, former Intercontinental Champion, and he says he's been on a barren run recently, but nothing quite as an opportunity like recapturing his IC title and defeating Jay White. So he's going to look to do that. He's got Candice in his corner. Surely nothing can go wrong. And that's a 69 rated segment for Johnny Gargano. Match itself had great heat and decent wrestling. Jay White picks up the win over Gargano in 18-12 with the Blade Runner, and it was the 6th defence of the IC title for Jay White. So a segment rating of 78. Gargano's kind of the side of Corbin as well. We've been really pushing the baby faces on here, so he just needs a win out of somewhere. But I want to keep the belt on Jay White for a wee bit longer. It probably won't be long until he does move forward to the main event, but a good win for Jay White, and he keeps up his reign as Intercontinental Champion. Then head backstage where we see newly drafted member of the Smackdown roster, Seth Rollins, just chilling out, and out of nowhere, 3 members of the Samoan Dynasty, Jacob Fatu and the Usos, just decide to beat him down. They leave him completely out. So a 70 run rated segment here. This kind of gives you an idea of who's going to be facing Seth in the future. But a proper beat down, and one of our most dominating heel factions, of course, at the moment, is the Samoan Dynasty. Then had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. It was a terrible matchup that saw the team of Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, now on SmackDown, defeating Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in 12:24 when Duke submitted Alexa Bliss. So Duke and Shafir make the 3rd defence of the Women's Tag Team Championships. Far more over, far more technically better in this save as well, but a 55 rating for the matchup. I just feel like SmackDown will be more of a kind of development hub with 2 kind of proper player coaches at the moment in the form of Io Shirai and Asuka. And we'll have a thriving SmackDown, Raw Women's division and a thriving SmackDown Tag Team division. So that's the plan. Hopefully that can be showcased later on in the episode. Bit of a hype video for Shinsuke Nakamura. That was a 74. Someone I'm looking to give one last push to. He is on the wrong side of 40 now, so we're hoping the King of Strong Style has one last run in him before he hits a physical decline and goes down the card. And we then had the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line as Dakota Kai defended it against Asuka. Asuka's had a few fluke victories over Dakota Kai. Could you say fluke? It's Asuka, but she wins anyway in 8-13 by DQ. There's a program I want Dakota Kai to be on. It's not Asuka, so it was a case of just getting through a few matches with her, and the 52 rated segment as a result of these two don't clicking. It's a bit frustrating because I feel these would have a good match in real life, but Dakota Kai manages to survive. SmackDown Women's Champion. She then tries to beat down Asuka after the match, however, making the save is Io Shirai. Of course, she's moved over from Raw as well. Really looking forward to this Io Shirai Dakota Kai program. I think there can be good stuff there, and she's someone that will thrive under the current product we've got within the WWE. So it's a 71 rated segment. Next up is Shane McMahon. It's just him basically promoting what is going to be coming up next on WWE programming. Next month we will have, in fact our next event will be the Hell in a Cell, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I've already got an idea of who's winning the men's. The SmackDown briefcase, the SmackDown Women's briefcase, mistakes galore in this episode, is still to be decided, but I've really got a nice creative plan for the men's side, and I'm hoping that can really help the company going forward. They confirms that the week after that we'll have Battleground, which will be Raw versus SmackDown, and your next SmackDown event at the end of June. So that's after TakeOver, that's after the Raw pay-per-view, is going to be WWE Backlash. So just him shilling SmackDown, because he's kind of the guy on SmackDown. Of course, Mr. McMahon is the man on Monday Night Raw at the moment. We then had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage. Kevin Owens obviously came up from NXT, as did Sami, after obviously KO was banished from Raw. I'll start with the two of them obviously got together again in NXT after their match-up. They're quite happy to respect each other, and both had kind of run-ins with their opponents tonight, Santana and Ortiz. So I felt like it was an opportunity for them to both be babyfaces, both be happy and be on the same page. So an 84 promo, just confirming their alliance. Both guys improvising well, which is a poor case of announcing that cost it in this occasion. We had a good matchup. We had Santana and Ortiz defeat KO and Sami Zayn in 21:47 when Ortiz pinned Sami Zayn, illegally using the ropes for leverage. This was the 7th defence of the Smackdown tag titles for Santana and Ortiz. A 78 rated matchup, pretty good there. You can see there performance wise, 76, 82, 69 and 76. Very good there, both teams as tag team specialists. I didn't want to change the titles in the first matchup between them, give them the opportunity, get a bit more heat onto Santana and Ortiz, showing that they're a valid threat, they can cheat to win, and it kind of gives me a base that this can be a long feud into the summer. So then time for our main event, the Fatal 4-Way match, to go about 40 odd minutes. The Miz cuts a promo and he says it's disappointing that he lost his championship within the Elimination Chamber structure. He was never given a one-on-one match to try and get it back, and it's a bit annoying that again Daniel Bryan's in his way. Also the fact that Roman Reigns is in this match as well. It should be a one-on-one. He's aggrieved by it, and he's going to try and steal the championship back at any cost. The main event matchup itself, I wonder if that rating is way down because of the announce team. So I don't know how I'm ever going to get a good announce team, because these are like the best announcers we can find in the game. So we're going to hope somebody comes up from developmental that's good, or it could be a case of once these teams get a bit of experience, I'll need to take a bit of a hit. But we should not lose pop, we won't get a 100 rated show, that's for sure. But anyway, an exceptional matchup. Keith Lee defeats Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns and The Miz in 42-25 when Keith Lee pinned The Miz with a power slam, giving Keith Lee the second defence of the Universal Championship. No point in taking the title off him so far. Keith Lee and Roman Reigns, the psychology wouldn't have been great. Bryan's going to obviously elevate that, but getting the two feuds intertwining together was hopefully going to draw about a 90, but not to be in this case. Not quite Big E versus Orton. Quite a few negatives there actually. Miz's declining physical ability, a few there for the announce team, so that's going to cost inconsistency for Keith Lee and Roman's gimmick. And then after the show, obviously Keith Lee's retained. Him and Daniel Bryan get a beat down by the full-on Samoan dynasty. So Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy and Jey Uso all beat down Daniel Bryan and Keith Lee, and The Miz just gets the hell out of there. Out of that, Usos look terrible, Bryan and Lee look great, and Fatu and Paige always have good stuff going. So an 80 rated segment for that. I think it might get about an 83 and 84, given the good opening promo and the boosts. Oh, well, there you go. Much better than we expected. We gained popularity in all 56 regions and a very solid 88. So, again, you don't even have to have great matches. I mean, our main event match that counts, it was a 79. But if you can boost stuff up, plus have a very good promo, you're always going to have a good show. So nowhere near 100, but it certainly shows that if we can get the main event match right, add in the right amount of boosts with spending money towards celebrities, etc., we can certainly take the company in a good place. So hopefully, Money in the Bank might go that way. It won't be, I don't think I'll do a ladder match, I think I'll just do say a 6-way. I need to actually check if the previous matches have been under ladder matches, because the actual belts themselves, the accomplishments say a 6-way matchup, so I'll take a wee look into that. But I feel a proper 6-way might be able to draw a very good rating. We'll see what programmes can be established within the 3 weeks leading up to the event. So, this is a very interesting day because there's a lot of people becoming available. We are about to spend a lot of money, I feel, and try and bring some people in. So, I'm not going to tell you who we're going to get in for, but people that are available to offer, thanks to the mod having their contracts all up at the same time. Tanahashi, Okada. Get Ishii in there. Naito. Matt Hardy. Well, I've got Jeff, so I could have Hardy Boys on last time. Kenta. Rush. Pac. Osprey. Archer. Crazy Steve. Machine Brian Cage. Orange Cassidy's going to leave. MJF. Sammy Guevara. So I believe we're going to start hitting proper fantasy time as we try and kill off our opposition, because I'm Vince McMahon and I buy my competition. So I'm about to go and offer a lot of contracts as we confirm another 6 months to the deal, I think it is. For Angelo Dawkins, obviously he's in rehab at the moment, but he's going to have to go with a singles gimmick because of our singles push. Because Montez Ford is in the Millionaires Club. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that goes. The one thing I want to check, 80 million. So despite the fact we paid 51 million on media, you can see the money made there through pay-per-view revenue, ticket sales, merchandise is up, as is the broadcast revenue. So yeah, the running 2 pay-per-views is going to be a financial success for us. So we're going to keep getting a lot of money, and obviously we're still taxing that to lose off as well, but we'll gain a lot of money each month. But of course we'll push it out to ensure we've got every single bit of our horizons and WWE Network to get to maximum exposure, so that 80 million will be invested back into the company. I know previously I just tried to get all the money in the world, but you've got to spend money to make money in this game, so that is the plan. And that's just telling me that not only God, probably should have looked at this first, not only is there a lot of contracts up everywhere else, but yeah. Well, I guess I'm not playing this save anymore tonight. I'm literally just going to be doing admin stuff on it. But if you care, a 3.91 buy rate. It's probably because we had 2 pay-per-views back to back, so that would hinder the Smackdown event. But I'd rather do them back to back than every 2 weeks. So we might change that. We'll see how that goes down the line. Or I might do what I done in the save in TEW2016, which was one on pay-per-view in the network, and then the next week just on the network. The network still get 11 million views, so that might actually be went a long way for this. Yeah, just off are still higher than Mania, but yeah, quite a wee bit off there of payback, so we'll see how that works out. But as long as we're still making money with the company, it's all good. So cheers for watching. Let me know who you would like me to pick up. I do assume that all contract negotiations will be done by the time this goes live, but we won't have any in for Money in the Bank if we do. Obviously they'll have about 30 days in their contracts, so this is people that won't debut if they do sign until maybe June, July. But don't forget, could always lose half of these people as well, so never know what could quite happen. So thanks for watching, take it easy, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you for Money in the Bank. See you soon, bye.